After your second meeting with this patient and his caregiver, you have determined that his age and comorbidity factors are such that you now know what to recommend for an induction treatment. What are the first things you will tell him and his caregiver today?
I've reserved a full hour today because I know you have had 3 weeks to think about your diagnosis. Please let me know how you're feeling and if you're ready to start our recommended treatment plan.
The doctor wants to know how you and Mrs. Roberts feel about the past 3 weeks. This third meeting can be a terrifying time based on what you have heard and researched. What is on your mind and what will you ask the doctor next?
Thank you for asking how we feel, Doctor. We are still afraid and have so many questions, including if we should have any hope at all. As you know, we decided not to get a second opinion and feel you and this hospital are our best chance to treat or even cure this disease.
Your patient and his caregivers still have fear and anxiety about his chances and now want to hear what is next for them. They also want to know if you, their new oncologist, who has also become their only hope, believes in his action plan for you.
The hospital collaboration team and I have discussed and are in agreement that we have the right plan for your treatment at your age and condition and the mutation. We feel that this induction treatment is the best we can recommend based on what initial tests and your clinical condition have shown. It is legitimate to be concerned because acute leukemia is a challenge for every patient. At this point, I'm not in the position to tell you how long the treatments will last, how many cycles will be needed, as we will check after this induction treatment, and as long as they might be successful, we will continue them. We will be closely monitoring your condition, as there might be some side effects related to the treatment and the evolution of the disease every day during the next 7 days, and we'll be performing some tests at the end of the week. The results of these tests will guide us in the next steps. People have had success with this new treatment, but if not in your case, then we will look for another approach. Over the past 10 years, we have seen new treatments become available, and we have some options. But first, we start with the induction treatment, and we will discuss after it is completed.
You decided not to get a second opinion. You have researched many things on the internet and talking with people. You seem confident in this doctor and hospital. Will you now tell the doctor you are ready to start treatment today?
Yes, Doctor, we are ready to begin treatment now. And we think it's important that you hear that we appreciate your effort to take into account all parameters and listen to what we had to say, and have worked collaboratively to select this treatment you believe is right for me. We feel now a little more hopeful and supported.
What will be the next thing you say to Mr. and Mrs. Roberts?
Okay, we will now have a 20-minute blood test this morning, and then your first 1-hour infusion. Your wife can stay with you at all times, and please ask any time you have questions or concerns. You will also meet with the entire clinical team, including nurses, who will be accompanying you and your wife. You can ask them all the questions you want. We will also provide you with contact details in case you need them once you're back home and until your next infusion. Finally today, you, your wife, and I have an appointment in 2 hours so we can discuss your first day of treatment and your experience.
Mr. and Mrs. Roberts, what did you think of the last 2 hours? How was it for you?
My first blood test was what you expect, showing blood abnormalities. The nurses said the first infusion went well. I do feel some nausea, so I took the nausea medicine they gave me. They also suggested I ask about getting an infusion port to avoid possible daily infusion injection issues. I have no choice about getting these treatments done, so maybe we can schedule a port insertion surgery. Thank you for introducing us to the whole team. It is reassuring to see and meet people who will be with us during this first phase.
Now you have heard about the patient's infusion experience. What will you say next?
I am sure it has been a challenging time here today, Nausea is common with these infusions, so we recommend you take the nausea pills. You might need several hours before you are confident to eat again. We could also give you some recommendations on diet, but I feel you have done really well over the past 2 hours and that you now know what to expect during the next 6 days of infusions. You may have additional questions to ask about side effects, scheduling, travel, financing, eating schedules, prescriptions, or emergencies. Feel totally free to ask them. Also feel reassured that during the next 7 infusion cycle days, our nurses know to talk to me if you have any issues. I will see you at the end of the induction treatment and discuss with you the options. But for now, go home.
Mr. Roberts, you have some nausea, are not feeling like eating, but now time to go home. What do you think about your checkout visit with the doctor and the team?
It's been a terrifying month for us, our family and friends, and we still do not know what to expect about achieving a remission, and we haven't had any mention of a cure. But the doctor and the support here give me confidence. We will be back tomorrow for a second day of infusion. I will figure out how to deal with the side effects. We know how to get emergency help, so are grateful for all that.